Hey, what's going on, everyone? We got a special guest on the channel today. I actually got Alex with me over here, and I can't remember if he's been on the channel before, maybe once or twice, but thank you for tuning in. And today I actually kind of want to go over a really easy way to get your 2015 WRX or STI or 2015 and above to look a lot better. So Alex has leased this car brand new, and he's had it for, actually this is your third year right now, right?
Yeah, two and a half, yeah.
So
going into a third year.
Going into a third year on it. And he didn't want to do anything crazy with it. He didn't want to throw a ton of money at it. He just wanted to look good and turn a couple of heads, but not break the bank. So what he did with that was he did some spacers, and he did just a couple aesthetic things, and as well as he also did a muffler delete and a WRX mid pipe, which, if any of you know, those don't have a resonator out of the factory 2015 and above. So what was the total cost on this?
Everything I put into it?
Yeah, like
let me bring up the list. I have a notes list of everything I've done and what I've spent, because I bought like the muffler delete I bought used, so bought a few used items, which did help. So let me so what I've physically spent was $2,600 bucks. And I'd say if I bought like the muffler delete, the spacers I bought from you, actually, I mean the springs I bought
that's right,
from
you did the springs too.
So if I bought everything new that I've had on this car, I don't have that much used stuff, but it's the exhaust and then the springs probably add like $300, $400 to it. But $2,600 is what I physically spent.
Right. So absolutely nothing crazy. And I forgot he actually did the springs on this. He did the RCE yellows. He did, were they Perrin spacers?
Yeah, Perrin 20 mil spacers.
Perrin 20 millimeter spacers. He did a front lip
from J&A.
From J&A. Nothing crazy. But check out the fitment. You know, it's very flush for what it is, and these are just the stock tires. Rear fitment. It looks really good. It's fairly meaty for what it is. Yeah, it's definitely got like a little bit, you know, it's not as flush as if you were to get wider tires and wider wheels. But if you look at John's spaceship over here, he's also on the RCE yellows. That's right, I got you. And you know, it honestly, if he's coming at you from the right angle, you wouldn't even think he was driving. You just think he was floating along. So, you know, it's you know, I mean, look at that. You can't even see the tires from here. Just you can't see them. So piston's coming right out the top. But yeah, I kind of wanted to go over that with you. He actually used to have a rear splitter on it as well, but he took that off for whatever reason. But yeah, basically for around $1,000, you can get spacers, you can get a pretty loud exhaust, and you can get, you know, all in all, you just get a really good looking car for $1,000, and it's a lease. You can take everything off at the end. You can sell it probably for close to what you paid for it. If you ever looked up used spacers, they're basically the same price as new ones. And I'm gonna actually have him give you a quick startup on it just so you can see what it looks like. But again, I just kind of wanted to share this with everybody because I see a lot of comments like, hey, what kind of wheels should I get? What kind of tires should I get? I don't want to spend a lot of money. You don't have to. You can have an awesome looking car for under $1,000. And if you want to go ahead and change it in a few years, if you buy it out from the lease, or if you are currently paying for it and you just want to have a good looking car for the life of the loan and then start to modify it when the warranty's up, these are a few different options that are not going to hurt the warranty of the car, and they're also not going to hurt the value in any way if you do choose to sell it. So it's really a great way to go. People make fun of me for saying this, but it's a good set of tasteful modifications. So I'm going to have him start it up for you, give you a couple revs, and just hear the muffler delete and the 2015 mid pipe. Give me one more. That's how you get kicked out of the parking lot. But yeah, what I didn't say and what that video doesn't do a good example of is that pops and bangs like nobody's business. He is constantly snap, crackle, popping through every single gear on downshifts, upshifts, everything. So it's insane what kind of great quality car you can get for a quarter the price of what I put into that. It's fantastic. Now, if you check out John's little pea shooters, his tips aren't exactly as big as Alex's.
But they're blue.
But they're blue. Now, if you like the blue tips...
They didn't have 3.5 inch when I bought that 2 years
Of course they didn't. Of course they didn't have 3.5 inch. I believe you. No, 100%. I like to make fun of John, but it's, you know, they didn't have any when he was looking at them for whatever reason. It actually is true. And I forget how Alex even found... Where'd you find yours?
His aren't blue. I'm saying
Oh, it's just because they're blue. Just because they're blue, they didn't have them at the time.
Back. They're both nameless muffler deletes. But
WRX McFly.
and WRX, it's the same exact setup. But his are just the 3-inch blue tips, and then I have the 3.5 non-blue tips, just the same steel. But if I could, I would have bought the blue because it would look sick. But you can't with a muffler delete. I wanted the muffler delete, obviously. Right.
So all in all, I'm hoping this is helpful to you guys. I'm hoping everybody is able to kind of get some ideas here on what they might be able to do and realize that you don't have to spend a ton of money to get a lot more of a higher fun factor out of your vehicle. And I mean, this can really apply to anything. It doesn't matter what you drive. If you drive a Honda, if you drive an Audi, if you drive a Volkswagen, some wheel spacers and a decent exhaust, you're all set. Now with a Subaru, it's a little different. You can put whatever you want on it, give them a hole in the exhaust, and it still sounds like a Subaru. You get an inline 4, you're running a bit of a risk there. It might sound a little high pitched, might not sound as good, but it's still a good sounding car for a quarter of the price, like I said. And I mean, I could ramble about this all day, so I'm gonna shut up now, but I'm hoping this was helpful. I'm hoping you guys are able to get some good ideas from it. And other than that, I upload every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, so be sure to tune in for that video next time, and I will catch you in the next one. Scooch out!